Music evokes kind of memories, stirs feelings within you. You can remember where you first heard a piece of music. You can remember at what point you heard something and what impact it had on your life.
Music is one of the most powerful mediums because it delivers emotion to things, to everything, I think. It's the right type of music just knocks your socks off.
I think if I'm sad and I hear a piece of music that really understands that, it brings it out, it exaggerates feelings. That's why music is so amazing.
There's a song for every mood, isn't there? You know, if you're feeling down, there's a song that you'll probably play that will make you feel 100 times worse, but that's what you feel like and that's what you want to feel, so you listen to it.
Music soundtracks our everyday life. Every key moment features a song.
Every single thing I can think of in my life has a soundtrack to it, whether it be meeting and falling in love with my wife, or whether it be the first album and me standing in the mirror trying to be Adam and the Ants.
When Little Louis French Kiss came on, and I'm 16 and I'm in a club in San Antonio, and it was kind of, it just blew my mind. And I kind of guess now that I look to see the same thing happening for those kids that are 16.
It's just mad how sounds and lyrics can really tie in with people's emotions, and that kind of, you know, being a musician, thinking that you actually got that responsibility or knowing that you have that responsibility is quite an amazing rush to think you're in the studio for like 2 hours and you could have made 3 minutes that, you know, will appeal to like a huge amount of people or just that one person.
You can sit in a room with some headphones on, dark room, and you can feel exactly what, you know, that person was feeling in that vocal booth, or, you know, what they were feeling when they wrote that.
You can stand in a field, you could be watching a single bloke with a single guitar and just burst into tears in 3 minutes. Now, I don't know many films that can do that.
Even hearing something new from someone that's been around for a long time, you know, like Jay-Z had that situation over Cuba recently, and he just released a song called Open Letter, which the White House have responded to. That excites me, you know, that music can still be that provocative.
Music's very inexplicable, so it's hard to actually kind of put your finger on it and explain everything it does. It's one of the most powerful things. It's one of life's modern mysteries, I'd say. But it's it evokes passion, it makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it plays with your head, it plays with your heart. It's something that evokes memories. It's just one of the most powerful kind of, pardon the pun, universal things in the world. To me, it always works when there's a mutual respect. So when the artist respects what the brand values are and what the audience, the brand is trying to communicate with, and the brand understands the requirements of each individual artist, what they want out of them and why. So I really think there has to be a mutual understanding and a respect, and then you can end up with the most amazing, amazing results.
We, as musicians, can get brands across in a way that they can't themselves. I think it's important with brands that you always are very careful with the deals that you make. It can't be about money. You know, it has to be something that fits with you and is honest and believable, because if it isn't, people will see it a mile off.
I'd always want everything that I represent through myself to reflect what I'm about with my music, because that's the core of me. So everything that kind of branches off of that should definitely be as well thought out and as inspirational as my music.
Music gives brands a direct route to the heart of their consumer base. Music can be targeted directly towards different consumer groups. Different sorts of music, different genres of music appeal to different sorts of consumers.
We created a global brand partnership between Melody Gardot and Piaget, which included a creative re-recording of the track La Vie en Rose. The campaign helped communicate Piaget's brand values to a very different audience.
The key is matching and kind of fixing the right music and the right artist to the right brand.
Ellie Goulding's Explosions went on an ITV trailer. It worked beautifully. All of a sudden you see it climbing the iTunes charts. The label get involved, they make a video, they take it to radio, and they create a halo effect around that experience. That is a great partnership for both.
Some of the branding deals that I've done have enabled me to do things that I wouldn't be able to without having had those deals in place. You know, we've done loads of one-off gigs and secret gigs where people have had to apply for tickets. You know, tickets have been free, but they've had to apply for them, answer a question or do things to obtain those tickets, and it gives me the opportunity to give back a little bit.
When we first started, Down with the Trumpets, which ended up being like our first single, which did really well. It was on our MySpace for like 9 months, and no one gave a toss really. Like, oh, I don't think anyway. I mean, like, I think people liked it. But we made a video, and like 2 months later we had a record deal. And it's because when they saw our image with the music, they understood it suddenly. People were like, oh right, I get that.
Our product managers are uniquely skilled people, and they're the gatekeepers of our music brands. And they have such an intense understanding of their market. I think that they would always bring any value to any commercial partnership.
I think everybody's had the upside of some of the brand partnerships over the last 5 years. Recently, the way that the Emily campaign worked with O2, the way that Professor Green continues to work with Relentless, and this incredible thing that Swedish House Mafia have just done with Volvo at their final gig. I mean, these are just a few examples of things that everyone is excited by.
We know enough now from research, from the analytics that we get through digital services to be very confident that when we're putting brands and artists together, that you know, it works.
After the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, we released an album globally at midnight. It was so exciting. We've never done that before. It was groundbreaking. And that's what's exciting about the future of the music industry.
The whole industry's changed. You know, media is different, the platforms that we have now, everything crosses over.
I don't think it's the relationship that's changed between brands and music, it's the accessibility that audiences now have. That's what's defining the multi-channel reach that brands can tap into and benefit.
There's definitely ways where music and brand can just kind of like completely intertwine without seeming contrived.
5 years from now, hopefully less than that, one of the biggest selling songs and videos watched on the internet is going to come to you from a brand.
I kind of get a bit bored when it's just like requests for let's write a big check for the biggest act at the moment. I think anyone can do that. I think the key is finding out what the brand wants, really understanding what the audience is, and then using the best experts to marry that brief with coming up with the right music for that individual request.
Now is the perfect time for the next phase for Globe. It's got the artist rights, it's got the sync division, it's got the partnership division and the TV production all together ready for our clients.
Globe is here to help. Globe is here to excite our labels and our artists. We're here to work with new partners, explore new areas, whether it's a brand partnership, a piece of music, a release of a record. We're here to make things simple and we're here to make things exciting.